Welcome back. Once again, my name is Charles, the Charles King Property Preservation. In today's video, we're going to show you how to board up a door, HUD spec. This isn't your typical way you may board a window at your house that breaks or something like that. You just will screw it in with a couple screws. This is HUD regulation, the way we're going to board this door. You'll just need a couple tools to do this. All right, you're going to need 2x4. All right, you're going to need some carriage bolts. I normally buy 3/8 by 12 inch. I buy the 12 inch because even if the depth is not 12 inches or greater, I can always cut the carriage bolt versus I get, I may buy 8 inch and then I don't have enough to put my board on, as you're gonna see if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, but you'll see. What has happened here is, this is a rental property. The client gave me a call maybe a little bit ago and said that somebody had, I guess, kicked in this back part right here, or somehow it got like this. I don't see a footprint, but I don't know, showed up, whatever. But it's broken, and this door has to be secure. And in order for us to board this as they want, we're gonna have to take the door off of the hinges. So we're gonna take the door off the hinges and we're gonna set it to the side because I don't wanna take this off, break the glass or anything like that. So we're gonna just remove the door because we're gonna replace this door anyway. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. This house is for rent, it's a nice house, and they're gonna want a new door up here. Like I said, we got 2x4s, carriage bolts, and we have plywood, okay? You're gonna need this plywood right here. Now, normally I would maybe cut it to fit the door exactly. It may only be a foot taller than what the door is. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put it up to the door. We're gonna bolt it in. We're gonna pull it tight. That's all we're gonna do for that. Remember, boarding is temporary. It's just to keep people out. I don't know if there's a fancy way to do this. I only know one way to board a door or window HUD spec. Remember, the same way that I'm gonna board this door is the same way you would do a window. Same exact format. The same 2x4s, same plywood method, same carriage bolts. Nothing fancy. All you need is a drill, a bit to drill your holes, and maybe a pair of pliers or socket wrench. Maybe you need a skill saw in case you gotta cut the plywood, and that's it. Nothing fancy, guys. So, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and take these hinges off and get started. Okay, I got my plywood here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my 2x4 on my plywood where I'm gonna drill in at to drill the holes in my plywood. I have my plywood marked with just a scratch, but I've been doing this, I've done it so many times. I pretty much know how to do it, but when you're starting out, you might want to take an ink pen, get your measurements right, all that stuff. I got it measured out, but I just put me a mark on the plywood. You can't see it here, but it's there. And my first piece is gonna go here, okay? So I'm gonna put it there. And remember, this board will be on the opposite side of the door. The center of my door is about right here. It's about 3 feet wide. I'm gonna drill my first hole here. I'm gonna drill it all the way through. Okay, and I do it on the dirt so that I can drill all the way through and it go, into the dirt versus hitting the concrete, something like that. So I'm gonna drill all the way through here. And it's that simple. And what I would do is, I would give me a mark here, stating that that's the top. And this is my top 2x4 so that I don't get them mixed up. That way I know that's the top, so this is what has to be the bottom. I'm gonna put my bottom one about right here, enough to make sure that this plywood comes to the door tight, and I drill a hole here. Bam. Simple as that. And now put my carriage bolts on the other side of this plywood and get ready to bolt that in on the other side. I'm making sure that I show you all this with me doing it by myself. It's important because this stuff can be done by yourself. You really don't need a partner. Some things you might need a partner for, but a door boarding, window boarding, even a second floor window can be boarded with one person. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna board this door. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put my carriage bolts through the plywood. I'm going to put the carriage bolts through the plywood, and I'm gonna set my plywood up to the door. I'm gonna pull those bolts tight so that the plywood comes tightly to the door. I'm gonna do the bottom and the top. I'm gonna put my 2x4s on. I'm gonna tighten them up with the bolt and the washer. This washer is gonna keep this bolt from going through the hole. And I'm just gonna tighten them up, and it's gonna slowly get tight on each end, top and the bottom. So first I'm gonna take these off. And this right here, guys, once again, like I say, can be done with just one person. You know, my camera guy, he isn't doing anything. He helped me bring some of the tools in, you know, because he's here, why not help? But if you're by yourself, this stuff can be done pretty quickly, and doesn't take a lot. I'm gonna put my carriage bolts in. This is the top, got it marked. All right, guys, you can see my bolts are here. I can hold on to them and I can pull the board to the door. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put my 2x4s through the bolt. Then I'm at the top, so I find my 2x4 that I got marked for the top, which is here. I take it, put one bolt through, put the other bolt through. So it's on the right bolt. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna get this one through. So now we'll do the same thing down here, and I'm just gonna tighten it up, and it's done. Okay? Bottom on, do it the same way I did my top. Washer. Okay. Okay. I get it as tight as I can with just my hands. Kind of work your way around, slowly, tight, loose, okay? Now it's boarded up, that's HUD spec. Now once we tighten it, we're gonna try to clear some of this air in here and get it all the way tight, and then you have a secure door. And it's just that simple, guys. It works the same way with windows, whether it's the top sash, it's the bottom sash. Now, for example, let me show you something. Say for example, you have a window like this, 3 windows next to each other. How would you board the window if this window is broken and you need your 2x4 to come here to here? Easy. You would get a 2x4 that reaches from here to here, and you would just poke holes in this end of it, but still you bracing using the 2x4 that's bracing the whole wall, because you can't, if you was just to use a 2x4 from here to here, it wouldn't touch this piece right here. It would be lopsided. And you don't want it to look like that. You want it to be official. You know, you don't want to do a half job. So you wanted to make sure that it's sturdy. That's what you would do in a situation like this, or if it was in the middle. Same thing, you would go from wall to wall, all right? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten this up. I'm gonna tighten this up, and then you all will see from the opposite side what it looks like from the opposite side and what it looks like from here, all right? All right, now we're gonna go to the back, show you guys what it looked like from the outside. It's this way. As you can see, we got 2 bolts here, we got 2 bolts here. This is what's keeping this board up against the wall. Now, this is temporary, guys, remember. So you could say, man, somebody could just come on and rip that off of there. I'm pretty sure they also can come and take a skill saw and saw it off and get in that way, but this is just to really keep outside elements from entering, you know, and be of another type of security than just having it screw it in, and, you know, somebody could just take a screw, a drill bit, and take the screws out. But this is HUD regulation. This is how you do it. I did it this way in particular so that I can reuse this board when they tell me to take this off in 2 days, all right? Because I'm going to use, this is a window right here, all right? This is maybe a small window down there, so you got to think ahead and learn to recycle, save some money in this business. This is a door boarding, which also a window boarding is done the same way. But once again, as always, my name is Charles, Charles King Property Preservation. Till next time. This is a window boarding / door boarding. No, we're gonna scratch that because this ain't no window board. This is a door boarding, which could also be a window boarding. Scratch that.
This is a door boarding.
This is a
This is
okay. This is a